Let's do a 90s look. I had a request to do, the question was, how did you wear your makeup in the 90s? I can't remember the 90s. I've blocked it all out. That was a tough decade for me. But I reviewed some supermodels. So let's pretend that I look like a supermodel in the 90s. So let's begin. It's hot in here. I am going to go on memory from what I've studied this morning watching videos. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start with, let's start with skin. I'm going to use the Makeup Forever Ultra HD stick. I don't believe I wore my makeup with the intention of it looking like skin in the 90s. So I'm going to do what I think I remember. And from what I noticed when I studied some supermodels from the 90s. I feel like even in the 90s, I started with a blank canvas. I have my hair on pin curls because I'm going to try to give the same vibe that I saw when I studied the 90s supermodels. I do know that in the 90s I never tried to copy just normal people. I always wanted to copy a celebrity. That has not changed. I'm going to go ahead and carry this on my eyelids too. I think in the 90s I used my foundation on my eyelids. I did not use a concealer in the 90s. I took my foundation everywhere and then went back and put my features back on after I erased them. This is a Sigma F60 foundation brush. I do prefer this style of makeup brush with a stick foundation. Alright, now I'm going to look closely and see what is shining through. Alright, give these areas a little more attention. I have some dark spots up there. I kept the bottom lash line really clean, I know that. Now I'm going to take, I always wore a powder foundation as my powder. So I'm taking the Studio Fix. I'm trying to think. I probably used Coty back in the 90s to mat everything down. I don't have any Coty. I probably did not do anything to my eyebrows because I probably didn't have time. I worked a lot in the 90s. And I had new babies in the 90s. I went from working all the time to working all the time. To working even more. Babies make for longer hours, right? Okay. So I'm going to, for this part, I'm going to do what I observed in the videos and the pictures I saw of the supermodels. I'm not going to do what I did. I'm going to take an eyebrow powder. This is from MAC and it is Coquette. And I'm going to draw some eyebrows on. The eyebrows were not big and feathery in the 90s. They were exact. So that's what I'm going to do. And like I said, this is MAC Coquette. The model that I looked at in particular was Linda Evangelista. I'm sticking mainly to the top edge of this brow. All right, there you go. I have a palette of MAC shadows here. The next one I'm going to go in with is Kid. And I'm going to put that all over my lid. And I'm using a Morphe 433. And I'm going to drag that out. I did not do the outer V thing in the 90s. I'm going to take a little deeper, cool brown to take a little higher. I guess it's a faux, kind of a crease. This is called Concrete. That's exactly the color I think of when I think of the 90s, is concrete. Okay, I'm going to get a clean brush. And I'm going to do an eyeliner. I'm going to use a bent liner brush, and I think I'm using BlackTrack's. They brought the liner in further on the inside. So I'm bringing it all the way in, and I'm kind of tight lining it on the inside, and then bringing it on top on the outside. See what I've got so far? bat wing. I'm bringing it on the tight line on the inside. Bringing it in the lashes as I go. And then I'm taking it on top of the lashes as I go towards the outside. There's the liner. So I stopped sooner before I drug it out to the side. Now let's do an under the brow highlight. I'm going to go into my IT Cosmetics contour kit for this. I'm going to use the white. I put on some mascara and some individual lashes on the corners. Now that I have that done, I can see a little more what needs to be done with the eyeshadow. Okay, I'm going to take Kid and mix it with, I'm not sure what it is. It's a there we go. Now I'm going to, I did wear some wax in my brows in the 90s, but the 90s was about everything being in place as far as the brows were concerned. So I'm going to smooth those into place. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to touch up anything, any holes. There we go. All right, let's contour. I'm going to take something that doesn't have my usual contour on it because I don't want it to be warm. I'm using this color from the IT Cosmetics contour kit. And that is the only place I contoured in the 90s. I think I may have tried to make my nose look skinnier even though it was skinny. Alright, there's my, this is called Rebel Rose. I think my blush stayed up here then, in the 90s. I think I did bring this around my forehead. I didn't take contour up there, I took blush up there. Kept it up high, like that. All right. Let's put some more mascara on. Angling my lashes to the outside corner. Instead of having dolly eyes, I wanted elongated eyes. Like that. I went to the extra effort to make the underneath of my eyes super clean like that. Let me see what I got here. And a lipstick. This lipstick's not brown enough for what I wore in the 90s. It was brickier. I went through and swatched a bunch of my lipsticks to find a brick colored. All right, there's my brick red lip, and I'm going to matte my face down some more. Put some more mascara on. All right, I'm gonna go work on my hair and I'll come back and show you the final look. Okay, here's the final look. I feel like I captured the vibe of the 90s. I hope you enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it for you, and I'll see you again soon. Ta-ta.